Hey everybody, Bud McGee back again. It seems like it's gonna be another slow news day. Yesterday, pretty slow in general, didn't upload. So today we're gonna talk about, I guess, some more rumor stuff, some more speculation kind of stuff. I've been seeing this pop up everywhere, uh, for the past few weeks, and even going back, months ago, I saw some things here and there. Um, That's Anthony Starr being considered for the role of Reverse Flash, aka Eobard Thawne, for the Flashpoint film directed by Andy Muschietti, starring Ezra Miller, Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, potentially Ray Fisher. Um, and the Reverse Flash is set up to be the big bad, like he is in the Flashpoint story, and most of the Flash's runs. Every Flash has a Reverse Flash basically, and most of Eobard Thawne is fucked with most of them. You know, I love Eobard Thawne, to be honest. He's one of my favorite DC Comics villains. He's one of my favorite villains in general. To be honest, I like Eobard Thawne so much. He might be my second favorite villain behind the Joker. I mean, I love what he can do as a character. He can do so much with the universe and the timeline, and just obviously he's one of the fastest beings alive and can do all that crazy shit. He's a genius, from the future and shit, and he's a psychopath, you know. Uh, I love Reverse Flash as a character, man. It only makes sense they're gonna do him in the movie. I've been saying for eons, personally, I've wanted McConaughey. I can't lie, dude. I think McConaughey would be a perfect Eobard Thawne in every way, shape, or form. I think he could really get those nuances. And then I also said that Michael Fassbender would be a perfect choice because he would, because Fassbender can do anything. But then there's been reports recently, that Fassbender uh, is potentially not in the mix. That like there's been people disputing if he's in the mix. There's been certain outlets that have been kind of taking jabs at one another, saying like, "Oh no, this is fake," and yada yada yada. If you know, you know. Uh, um, but so people have been kind of putting things into question, saying, "Oh, maybe Fassbender isn't in consideration." But uh, from things I've been reading recently, it seems like there's been well, in my opinion, where there's smoke, there's fire. And there seems to be a lot of smoke here with Fassbender. So, and also I saw rumors about Charlie Hunnam potentially being in the mix, but that was like a month or two ago or something like that, or a while ago. He's another one. I feel like a lot of people would probably get kind of like, oh, the Sons of Anarchy guy. But Charlie Hunnam's a really good actor. He's been in some really good shit. And, to be honest, I think he would do a really good job in that role. A lot of people say he would be a good Green Arrow. I agree. But I think he could also kill it as Eobard. But this Anthony Starr thing, obviously Anthony Starr is the dude who plays Homelander on the Boys TV show, the big bad villain there. Now, to be honest, I haven't because I don't have Amazon Prime. All right, because I don't got an unlimited budget to get all these fucking streaming services, so I don't have Amazon Prime. But I have seen bits and pieces of the Boys, and it seems like he really pulls off that smarmy kind of asshole. Definitely, screw loose in the head kind of thing. I've watched a lot of clips of him because he's been really hyped up since the show's been out. I haven't read any of the Boys comics from back in the day. That's something I definitely want to do at some point. But it seems like he really plays that character well. And he's been kind of thrown in since he's been doing the Boys for a lot of different shit. He's been mentioned with like, potentially being the next Wolverine and shit, and obviously this Reverse Flash thing. Obviously, a lot of people mention Reverse Flash because it is a villain, like in the Boys, and they think he can pull that off. And from what I've seen, he can definitely pull that off. I'll have to go back and look at some other stuff he's done. I haven't seen much of his catalog, if you will, of stuff he's done. I'll have to go in and check that out. I just hope they get to Reverse Flash casting soon. I hope they get that done right off the bat. I really want to see, uh, who they're gonna pick. I'm glad that it seems like they are going in the traditional sense. There was rumors way, way, way early this year, like going back to January, that it was gonna be like a female and shit. And obviously, look, nothing against the the actresses and stuff like that I'm sure could do a fine job. But I don't know, man. Just I feel like that's kind of unnecessary. You wouldn't do that to a female character. Just don't do it to a male character. You're just gonna like kind of poke an unnecessary bee's nest of unwanted criticism and stuff like that. So look, you want to do Eobard Thawne, do Eobard Thawne. He's a dude. Uh, so I'm glad they're going in that direction. But obviously, again, nothing against the actresses, you know, that are working today. I'm sure they could do a fine job. But apparently they're doing a female Mirror Master as it is. So, they got that going. So, and I'm sure they're gonna get someone really good to do that. So, um, but yeah, but the thing is with this Anthony Starr thing, obviously it's not really being brought up in a lot of the big trades. It's mainly being a lot, brought up a lot through back channels, a lot of YouTube speculation and stuff like that. Apparently people know shit, and granted, I'm not saying that's not uh, possible because a lot of these YouTube people, especially the bigger ones, have connections. Even some of the smaller ones do, from what we've seen, which is cool. Um, and I get that. But I guess I have a problem with what I have a problem with is when people use like really clickbaity titles and make it out like, oh yeah, this dude's got the role, he's fucking in talks, he's in negotiations. Anthony Starr, we are talking about he is being potentially considered, right? As far as I know right now, there's been no negotiations of any sort with any actor over the Reverse Flash role. There's been no, uh, the trades, Variety, Deadline. They're not putting shit out about this, because I don't think there's been any substantial like negotiations when it comes down. Now maybe there is, but as far as we know, there isn't. And I'm not gonna make it out like do like a super clickbaity ass title like certain other fucking YouTubers and make it seem like he's being cast. He's not. This is again, he's being potentially considered, and I'm just giving my thoughts about if he were to be in consideration and if he were to get the role. I think he could do a good job. And I wouldn't mind if he was in consideration. However, I would prefer the choices I mentioned previously, that being McConaughey, uh, fucking Fassbender, or Hunnam. I think those are all really good choices, and I think all three of those dudes would kill it. Preferably, Fassbender and McConaughey, but Hunnam could also kill it. Anthony Starr could kill it too. But I haven't seen much of his stuff, and I'm only going off what I've seen from the bits and pieces of Homelander from The Boys. Um, I think he can pull off that, that shitty supervillain, like that really just piece of shit, psychotic, really intelligent supervillain. I think he can play that really well. Um, you know, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But again, I'm not saying he's got the role. I'm not saying he's in negotiations. Obviously, he's potentially being considered. Keyword, considered. But anyways, guys, that's what I had to say about that. I'm wondering what you guys think. Who do you guys want to see as Reverse Flash? Do you want to see Anthony Starr cast? Do you want to see fucking any of the other choices I said? Use that comment section. Let me know in the comments. Until next time, guys, keep being safe and release that haircut.